Today, I want to talk about the mysterious cloaked figures from the recent Helluva boss teaser who seem to be chasing after the IMP gang. My name is Impcut, hit that subscribe button, and real quick, would you watch this?
Well, if it isn't my arch rival, Racer Rabbit. Shady the Bat, you're here for the magic crystal as well?
Careful, Racer, he almost beat you last time.
I guess we'll have no choice but to battle till the very end, our hands all over each other. No homo. There is no homo that I fear. Well then, may the best homo win!
Wait, what did you say? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, we've recently put out a few videos breaking down what each of the upcoming episodes will likely be about. The next one is still supposed to be out sometime this month and is called Full Moon, which will involve Stolas and Blitz meeting for their monthly arrangement before ending up at a Goetia event where they are seemingly attacked. The next episode, Apology Tour, likely deals with Blitz trying to apologize to people he has hurt, such as Veroska and Stolas, with Stolas and Veroska singing together in front of a Blitz suck sign. Ghost Effers, yes, I'm still saying Effers, appears to be about Blitz and Millie exploring a haunted hotel being controlled by a possessor demon from the Envy Ring. And Mastermind, presumably, is about the Cherubs and the Agents of Dorks working together to bring Blitz back to their base. This leaves the final episode, Sin's Mist, to come out in December. As the farthest episode off, it has the least amount completed for it, we can assume, and thus would barely appear in the trailer if it appeared at all. Being in December, and with the name Sinsmas, we know this to be a Christmas special as well. Some fans have speculated since the title was released last year that Sinsmas would be a purely holiday special with no real plot significance. However, we recently received a Sally Mae adventure in the form of a Helluva boss short with the promise of more fluffy, fillery shorts to come. And this idea of shorts had to be in development for a while. Sinsmas was likely in development before that, but with this idea of self-contained fillery shorts on the horizon, I don't imagine the Spindlehorse crew as making an episode that would be considered something of a fluff piece, while also talking about how the limited scope of the series meant less time to focus on certain characters to such an extent. With that in mind, I think that Sinsmas as a season finale is not just some simple holiday special, but will actually be one of the most epic episodes of the entire series. I also imagine that means this episode will feature the footage that shows the gang getting into Blitz's van as he says they need to get ready for a life on their run, and the mysterious shot of the cloaked figures. But what exactly is Sinsmas? According to ancient livestream lore dated to the Neolithic age, Sinsmas is just Hell's version of Christmas, with a strong focus on Krampus, who most of you know to be this sort of evil companion to Santa in Europe, known for punishing children who are bad while Santa celebrates with the children who are good. Krampus is likely a demonic figure in Hell, one who perhaps has a bit of power and, while mostly focusing on children, may also focus on adults as well. It would be funny if Krampus was some sort of police-based authority figure, explaining perhaps why an entire army of cloaked officers with communication devices seem to be after the IMP gang. Though the concept of Sinsmas may just be a thematic frame for the episode, instead of it actually focusing on the gang being tracked down by a demonic Santa Claus. Within the Helluverse, it may just be a coincidence, essentially, that on Hell's Christmas, Blitz and his team get targeted by some government group for their many crimes. They really shouldn't be going to Earth at all, and when they do, they shouldn't be using such horrible disguises, let alone in the episode before this, likely getting captured by the government for a second time, who has learned how to use demonic portals with their technology, as we see in the trailer no less. A lot of this is probably going to come to light in the episode Full Moon, where we see Blitz and Stolas seemingly interacting with Andreelphus in some sort of battle. It would appear to me that in this episode, Blitz and Stolas have a falling out, as the dialogue in the trailer indicates, with Blitz thinking that Stolas is letting go of their relationship instead of what he's actually doing, which is giving Blitz the freedom to choose whether he wants to be with Stolas himself. This somehow leads to Andreelphus and Vasago pulling Stolas to them, or them going to Stolas' home, where they will likely learn that Stolas has been lending his grimoire out to this demon he had been sleeping with as part of cheating on Andreelphus' own sister. There is no way that Stolas is allowed to do that, and Stolas will likely have trouble beyond the battle that they seem captured in within the trailer, and at some point that will turn towards Blitz. Stolas, as royalty, may not have any real punishments he can take, as they need him to continue doing his work, including that monthly ritual. But to prove a point to Stolas, I wouldn't be surprised if the Goetia sent this squad after Blitz because of his actual crimes up on Earth. By arresting and perhaps even executing the IMP gang, Stolas would be sent a brutal message about control in the Ars Goetia. The big question is, where the hell do you go when you're wanted in hell? No place would ever be safe for too long, and a life on the run would be the only option, meaning to constantly hop from one ring to another to avoid the police. And this would not just mean using the luxurious Hellevator system such as they get to when they go to the Lust Ring in episode 7 of season 1, but systems more so like the illegal tunnels that Stryker can cross through from Pride to Wrath, as seen as when he kidnaps Stolas. According to behind the scenes information, these sort of connections exist throughout Hell, once being used with systems like trains to travel between the rings before the sophisticated Hellevator system replaced them. Wrath is just one place to hide out, however, and Greed would likely have a lot of seedy hiding spots for just criminals as well, but the place I think they actually end up may be the Lust Ring. There are some shots in the recent trailer of a battle going down in the Lust Ring with the IMP gang. While some have speculated this footage is about the episode Apology Tour, when Blitz clearly goes to talk to Verosika, there is a very strange robot that Millie seems to be fighting, with Luna being around as well. Now, the Lust Ring, I imagine, is a home to a lot of lust bots like the Fizzerali robots that were mass-produced, but this robot seems less like a typical bodyguard, which tends to just be a hellhound, and more of a sophisticated government robot trying to take down criminals on the run. It's an intense battle with missiles that seem like overkill for just someone like Verosika to have as a bodyguard. It also seems to me that this mysterious robot, when it stands in the shot to look at Millie, even has a bit of a Christmas color scheme. Not red and green, but white and pink, kind of candy cane-ish perhaps. It just gives me the impression that this is a Krampus-themed Christmas robot that's tracking the IMP gang across the 7 rings, leading to this epic battle in Lust. Now, in addition to Krampus and literally the government, there is also the possibility that these hooded figures aren't after Blitz and the gang for legal reasons, but instead are actually the humans that they killed from their missions on Earth, who finally have teamed up after becoming sinners to get their revenge. Something theorized might happen since the Helluva boss pilot. Most of the people that Blitz and the IMP gang kill are pretty bad, and it makes sense that they'd manifest in hell. So many sinners manifest in hell and immediately find out about the IMP business to use, so it makes sense that some of the people they killed would be immediately aware as well. After watching the business for a year or more at this point, they could have rounded up all of Blitz's victims until their unique use of sinner powers allowed them to go after IMP. The reason they would have to be absolutely sure they could handle IMP, however, is because the IMP gang, made up of imps and hellhounds, have the ability to travel to other rings, even if illegally. As far as we are aware, it's a magical rule that restricts sinners to the Pride Ring, elsewise we'd probably have seen some sinners in the background of some crime scene, at the very least in another ring, such as the Greed Ring, or with the Outlaws in the Wrath Ring. With that in mind, they need a sinner whose powers, or rather skills, would help them if the IMP gang went somewhere else. After running off to the Lust Ring, they are attacked by that robot, as I said, which one might imagine to be the creation of their victim from Season 1, Episode 4, who ended up getting crushed by a piano and manifested in hell as a robotic genius. Now, it seemed like a happy ending for him in that episode because he was reunited with his best friend in hell and they got to make mischief together again, but with how chaotic and back and forth both he and his friend were in regards to motive, I wouldn't be surprised if both of them ended up working with this team of sinners to kill the IMP gang. As sinners, they'd be stuck in the Pride Ring, but once IMP escaped, they'd be able to send in their robots to travel to Lust for them and take Blitz and his friends out. But what do you guys think? Let me know your theories for Sinsmas, this battle in the Lust Ring, and this weird robot in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.